Monteverdi is a Swiss-built automobile. The Swiss were not known for making cars, but I think Monteverdi is certainly the most famous Swiss builder.
Have you heard about the supercar that nearly eclipsed the Pantera? It is a one-of-a-kind machine that is the soul of Italian design. This is a tale of an automotive legend that promised to go down in the history books of the automotive world. So, without any further ado, let's get to it. Peter Monver's name is synonymous with ambition and innovation in the automotive industry. His story is one of a visionary who dared to dream beyond the confines of a Swiss car dealership, aspiring to stand shoulder to shoulder with the titans of Italian sports car manufacturing. Monver's remarkable journey from a car dealer to a car designer, the inception of his dream, and the evolution of his designs led to the creation of the Monteverdi High 450 SS, the transformation from importer to innovator. Monver's journey into the world of automobiles began in the picturesque landscapes of Switzerland, where he established himself as a reputable importer of luxury brands such as Ferrari and Bentley. However, his true passion lay in the art of car design. This passion was not content with merely showcasing the masterpieces of others, it yearned to create its own. Thus, in the 1950s, the Monver Special materialized, marking the first step in Monver's transition from a car dealer to a car designer. The Monteverdi legacy's venture into car manufacturing was a contentious encounter with Enzo Ferrari. This clash ignited a fire within Monver, inspiring him to pursue the creation of exclusive, high-performance vehicles. In 1967, he actualized this vision by Monver established Monteverdi, challenging established brands such as Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Maserati. The High 450 SS is a legend that occupies a special place in the sports car sector. Showcased at the 1970 Geneva Auto Show, the High 450 SS was introduced to the world as a high-performance automobile at the time. The name of this car was derived from the German word for shark, which reflects its predatory design and aggressive performance capabilities. The Monteverdi High-Speed 37.5S was the precursor to Monver's dream, a vehicle that combined the elegance of Italian design with the robustness of American engineering. Designed with the expertise of Pietro Frua, the 375S laid the base for what would become Monver's flagship model. But how did this collaboration come to be, and what made the 375S so special? High 450 SS comes with this Chrysler Hemi V8 engine, a legendary power plant known for its brute force and reliability. This 7.0-liter engine is similar to American muscle and delivers an astonishing 450 horsepower, providing raw power that feels like most elite sports cars. Initially, Monteverdi planned to produce 49 copies of the High 450 SS, but only 2 prototypes were ever built. This rarity has only added to the mystique of the High 450 SS, making it a coveted piece for the collectors and a symbol of what might have been in the realm of sports cars. The High 450 SS's performance was nothing short of breathtaking. Paul Freire tested the 450 SS, which reached 0 to 62 miles per hour in 6.9 seconds and a top speed of 168 miles per hour. The High 450 GTS, a variant with minor detail changes, achieved even more impressive figures with a 0 to 62 miles per hour time of 5.5 seconds and a top speed of 174 miles per hour. They were figures of absolute speed and performance at that time. The highest built. The chassis of High 450 SS was a steel tube frame with rectangular tubing, providing a sturdy foundation of the powerhouse that sat within. The rear mid-mounted engine configuration was a bold move, ensuring optimal weight distribution and handling characteristics. The transmission was a ZF 5-speed manual, a choice that offered precision and reliability. The prototypes were heavy, burdened by steel chassis pieces that hindered their performance targets. This weight issue impacted the car's acceleration and top speed, but Monver was not deterred. What innovative solutions did he employ to address these challenges, and were they enough to meet his ambitious performance goals? Trevor Fiore of Carrozzeria Fisore presumably designed the High 450 SS's body. Its mid-engine layout was not just a technical choice, but also a design statement, giving the High 450 SS a shark-like appearance that was both aggressive and aerodynamically efficient. The dimensions were carefully considered, with a wheelbase of 2,548mm and a length of 4,343mm, creating a sleek yet imposing profile. Monver's commitment to engineering excellence was evident in the High 450 SS's advanced suspension system, which included coilovers, 4-wheel disc brakes, and a ZF manual transmission. These features were designed to deliver exceptional handling and performance on the road. But what did it take to integrate such sophisticated technology into the High 450 SS? The interior of the High 450 SS was a study of functionality over luxury. The cockpit showcased the power of the Hemi engine, giving up lavish luxury features in favor of a focus on performance and driving experience. But in a market that often equated luxury with quality, was Monver's decision to prioritize functionality a strategic misstep? Despite widespread admiration for its design and power, the Hi 450SS failed to translate this acclaim into production orders. Only a few prototypes were ever built, and they became mythical relics of automotive history. But why did the Hi 450SS fail to capture the market's attention, and what does this say about the industry's readiness for such a revolutionary vehicle? But how did Hi 450SS almost take over the Pantera? What makes the Pantera so special, and how does it stand up to the test of time? Well, we have to know the story about the Pantera. The De Tomaso Pantera is an elegant Italian car that has carved out its unique place in automotive history. Introduced in the early 1970s, the Pantera was the brainchild of Argentine-Italian car manufacturer Alejandro De Tomaso. The idea was to create a mid-engine sports car that could compete with Ferrari and Lamborghini. The Pantera, with its sleek lines and aggressive stance, was styled by the renowned Tom Giarda at Ghia, and it certainly looked the part. But was it all show and no go? Apart from its exterior, the Pantera installed a Ford 351 Cleveland V8 engine. The conventional two-barrel carburetor variant produced a respectable 250 horsepower, while the high-performance version with its 4-barrel carburetor reached a maximum brake horsepower of 350-400 RPM and a maximum torque of 380 pound-feet at 3,400 RPM. In 1970, Ford introduced the H-Code variant, and the following year, the Boss 351R Code ramped up the power to 330 horsepower. This powerful engine was not just chosen for its impressive output, but also for its reliability and ease of maintenance compared to its Italian counterparts. With over 300 horsepower, the Pantera's performance was formidable. It could sprint from 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 6 seconds, a figure that remains respectable even by today's standards. But how did this American muscle fare in an Italian suit on the open road? The Pantera's driving dynamics were its ZF transaxle, shared with other supercars of that era, which provided crisp gear changes. The car's weight distribution gave it a balanced feel through corners. However, the Pantera was also known for its quirks. Early models suffered from overheating, and the car's build quality could be inconsistent. Despite its flaws, the Pantera had a loyal following. It was more affordable than its competitors, yet it offered performance that could be more expensive machinery. For those who drove Pantera, it was not just a car, it was an emotion. It was an experience. But what about those who wanted more? De Tomaso responded to the call for more performance with the Pantera GTS, featuring improved suspension, wider wheels, and a more powerful engine. This version of the Pantera was a more focused machine, one that could hold its own both on the road and on the track. But did these improvements address the car's earlier shortcomings? The Pantera continued to evolve throughout the 1970s and into the 1980s with the GT5 and GT5S models, which featured wider bodywork and even more performance. These later models are particularly sought after today as they represent the pinnacle of Pantera's development. Well, both of them seem very similar regarding the specifications, but what was the real difference? Well, there wasn't much, but still, the Hi 450SS and the Pantera represent two different philosophies in sports car design. The Hi 450SS was a rare, almost mythical creation that promised performance and exclusivity, and the Pantera, on the other hand, was also offering performance, was more accessible, and perhaps more practical. So what do you think about this? If you enjoyed this deep dive into automotive history, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.